Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today is Saturday, April 3rd, and it's about 1:15 in the afternoon. We're here at Weston Road and Eglinton Avenue West, and we are starting our walk today at the Mount Dennis subway station, which is just across the street here. You can see all the construction. This is the very west end of the new Crosstown station. And this is the first part of my walking journey to walk the Crosstown, the new Crosstown subway rail. And this is going to come in several parts, so it's not going to happen all in one day, that's for sure. I was really quite curious about it. And it really changes the look of Eglinton Avenue, that's for sure. It's been a long time since I've been this far west on Eglinton Avenue. So today I'm hoping to capture maybe 3 or 4 of the stations. Of course, none are in operation. This large undertaking started about 10 years ago, I think in 2010. And it is to conclude, I think next year. So some refer to this as Line 5 Eglinton, also known as the Eglinton Crosstown. So of course the current status on all the stations, as far as I know, none are complete. They're all under construction. So the length of from end to end is 19 kilometers or 12 miles. And the Mount Dennis subway station is at 3500 Eglinton Avenue West. The next one that we're going to get to is going to be Keelesdale. The one following that, Caledonia. And we might see if we can go and do a fourth subway station at Fairbank. So the Crosstown is owned by Metrolinx, but will be operated by the TTC, the Toronto Transit Commission. That's a big station. That is big. Like, I think about the subway stations, like on line 1. I mean, they're all, I think, mostly underground, so it's hard to really tell how big they are, but this seems really big. Seems bigger than the underground ones, but I guess it's hard to make that comparison. So we are walking east on Eglinton. So we've just passed the very first station to the west, walking east, and seeing if we can get to at least 3, if not 4, today. grounded him, and he will be below, but I can't remember off the top of my head, so I will pick that up and give you that information in my next video. But if you are curious, of course, you can also always Google crosslinks and look for line 5, the Eglinton Crosstown, and there's all kinds of really good information there. I do remember though, oh, let's see here. Yeah, so I'm thinking if I do 4 subway stations today, that's just over 3 kilometers, so I think that's doable. So I've parked here at No Frills, a big huge parking lot here, so I don't think I'm going to take up any space that somebody else might need. And so I'm going to walk to those stations, and then at the conclusion of that 3rd or 4th subway station, I'll walk back. And that's my intent for all of these walks. For the most part is to walk, is to drive, find a parking spot, and then walk, and then videotape that, and then walk back to my car without videotaping because it's not necessary. So this is Black Creek Drive. That's looking south. Black Creek Drive, that's looking north. There's going to be public art at 6 of the subway stations. So there's supposed to be one that will be just at the subway station we were just at Mount Dennis. There's supposed to be another at Caledonia, another at Cedar Vale. It's just a side note, Cedar Vale subway station will sometimes be referred to as Eglinton West subway station, but they're calling it Cedar Vale subway station, not to confuse with an Eglinton station, which will in fact be called Eglinton station. And then there's one at the Science Center, and then there's going to be another piece of artwork at Kennedy. So that will be interesting to see those pieces of art. Once they are installed. There's no signage on this side of this building. I think it's York something. I wonder, it might be a community center. Pretty nice. Not sure. But the grounds look nicely manicured. So when I left home, it said it was +6. It definitely is not, doesn't feel like +6. It's quite chilly out. Got gloves on. So that bridge there is currently not used. That is for the new train that's coming into place. So when I was reading about the Crosstown, I was surprised to read that it started in 2010, but it seemed like it didn't start quite that long ago. But, you know, thinking about it, here's Black Creek. thinking about it, yeah, I guess it probably has been about 10 years already. Wow. Wow, that's a decade. That's a long time. It doesn't really feel that way, as I mentioned. So we are on Eglinton, so it is quite busy, as you can see. It's going to be pretty noisy. Hopefully the audio will come through clear, because it is a bit breezy as well. Yeah, there's a playing field down there. Signage on that building says Toronto Chris Tonks Arena. Yeah, so this must be a community center of some kind, I would imagine. Can't confirm that. So my next walks, well, maybe not the next one, but as we get closer to Midtown, I won't have to drive my car and park, and I can just walk to a station and then walk a few stations and then walk home. But the work for the Crosstown does take up a lot of space, a lot of real estate. Now, I've never walked this far west, but I have walked to the York Civic Center, which is just up ahead here across the street. So I've walked from home to here. Oh no, I'm lying. I did walk. Probably, actually, it would have been 11 years ago. I did walk from home to Mississauga. The intent was to meet my husband at his workplace, but I underestimated how long it would take me, so I think I was walking for about 3 hours, or maybe it was 3.5, and I knew I wouldn't make it to his workplace by 5. But it does not look at all familiar, mind you. Goodness gracious, that was 11 years ago, so hopefully I'm not expected to remember that. But I've walked here probably, this was probably about 8 years ago. I had a traffic ticket to pay, and this is where I came to I guess register. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to dispute the ticket. More to go through the court process than anything. But I also didn't want a ticket on my record or the points that would have been lost. What happened was I was driving to my volunteer location. I was volunteering, and I had to feed preemies animals, and they had an early morning feeding, and so I was driving north on Bathurst, and I made a left-hand turn where I shouldn't have. When it's not rush hour, you could make a left-hand turn, but because I went during the morning rush hour, it was like 7 in the morning, I think, and I made that left-hand turn because I didn't realize you couldn't do it at rush hour. It's nobody's fault but my own. But anyway, I had that ticket. And I thought, well, you know, I can't remember how much it was, but it was, you know, any money to a ticket is too much money. Anyway, so I went to the York Civic Center to get a court date. And I think that it was there as well that I went to court, and the ticket was waived, because I think the officer that gives you the ticket has to be in court, I think. Anyhow, I was expecting to, you know, put together justification for why I did what I did, and I was all prepared for that, did all my homework and had what I was going to say rehearsed, only to within a matter of seconds be dismissed. Anyhow, after all of that, but it was a really interesting experience, and that's, like I said, one reason why I took that ticket to court. Anyhow, so I walked from Midtown there, and it was, I think, about an hour, roughly. Yeah, I think it was maybe just a little over an hour. Now here is Keelesdale subway. Oh, we can't cross the street there, can we? We should be able to. Why not, right? Let's see. Actually, here's, I guess, the south side. This is the Keelesdale location, and this is at Fifthway Drive and Eglinton. What's the exact address? I will tell you. No, I don't have that address. That's not good. But that's a pretty impressive build as well. And this is just probably an exit entry, but that would for sure be the main station. That didn't take long. When I worked in Mississauga, oh, good man, he alerted the birds to his driving near them, and so it scared them away. That's good. When I used to work in Mississauga, particularly in the winter when it was really bad, and with regard to snow, and I remember a couple of times, you know, during the workday, there'd be a really heavy snowfall, and I would be uncomfortable driving on the highway. So I would often take Eglinton from Mississauga, and Mississauga is about 35 kilometers, I guess, away, and so what I would do is I would take Eglinton all the way home to Midtown. So I have traveled Eglinton a lot, but gee, from the last over 10 years, well over 10 years, I really haven't traveled it. It's interesting walking in new areas, or not necessarily new areas, but areas that I haven't necessarily traveled on foot, neither a long time or ever. It's nice to rediscover areas of Toronto, and I'm looking forward to discovering areas of Toronto that I haven't really been to before. I've been to High Park, but I can't say that I know my way at all around, so I'm looking forward to doing that in the summer. Well, here's a bread and breakfast. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's currently open. Jumbo pillows for $10. They look brand new. That's a pretty poshy, well-secured jewelry store. If the plan is to do about just over 3 kilometers today, I would think it would take me about 45 minutes or so, but I think it might take me longer because I am walking slowly to really take in all these little shops here. Immigration services. So those two subway stations were fairly close to each other. I don't even know if that was a 10-minute walk. And at the Mount Dennis subway station, I think you could connect there easily to go to Pearson. The Union Pearson train. I think I may have mentioned that in one of my previous videos where we took the subway from home, which is Midtown, down to Union Station, and then from Union Station cut the up to take us to Pearson. And I really like doing that. I do feel more secure taking public transportation than an Uber or a cab, because you have no idea what their driving history is like. This just sort of is my own anxiety issues, but I don't necessarily like driving with people I don't know. So I do feel very comfortable on public transportation. These pigeons. No, little ones, I don't have food. I know you're coming down here because you think I'm going to give you food. I'm sorry, I don't have any. I'm sorry, I misled you, didn't I? Oh, there's one pigeon I see here. He's got a swollen eye. Oh, he looks like he's been beaten up. I'm sorry, little ones. Oops. I have no food for you. I'm sorry. That's not good, hey. I shouldn't have stayed for as long as I did, because now they think I'm going to feed them. Well, clearly this is a spot for pigeons. They are beautiful. They are so beautiful. I used to care for pigeons, and how many times I've been pooped on. It's a badge of honor. Now it looks like we're coming upon what might be the next subway station. This looks like the Caledonia station. Does that sound right? Yeah, it looks like it is. Caledonia station, right at West Side Mall. Here. Yeah, it doesn't even seem like 10 minutes between subway station to subway station. I know when I need to take the subway line 1, I can either go to Eglinton or Davisville. And it probably is about a 10-minute walk, just less than a 10-minute walk, I think, from home, either direction. So that would make sense. Okay, we can certainly do a 4th subway station. And that would be Fairbank at 1815 Eglinton Avenue. And this would be 2400 Eglinton Avenue. Looks like a change here. For what looks like to be, says 4-story. Used to be a car lube place. So this station would be good because when I come home from work, there is a grocery store and Canadian Tire. I think Freshco is right there. That would be convenient. Just like the Eglinton subway station. I used to often get off at Eglinton and stop by the metro there and pick up some supplies. You know, I just wonder how long these small businesses are going to remain here. If they're going to be torn down for condos or something. Yeah, this acre here is for sale, so I suspect whoever might buy it might deconstruct what's here and put in something big and flashy. Train track. parkette here. I don't see any signage, but oh, wait a minute. This is the Eglinton Gilbert Parkette, 504 Gilbert Avenue. When I walked, and when I mentioned earlier that I walked to Mississauga, I do remember, and even when I walked to pay that ticket at the York Civic Center, I do remember there used to be a car dealership, and I have a feeling it is where this Shoppers Drug Mart is currently located. You know, some people need to take up the sidewalk. God forbid he pulls back. Just courtesy, you know. It's not all about you. Now, yeah, this was actually, this did used to be a car dealership, because I remember this yellow line. I don't remember what it, oh, I think it was Honda. Now we're at Caledonia Road. I don't know if you can see right across the street that yellow brick building. Look at how narrow it is on the south side. It's so narrow. And that little building there is taking up just that little corner. It's so cute looking. You can see that building. I'm sure there's a lot more pedestrian traffic here during the summer because of all these little shops here. I'm sure a lot busier also pre-pandemic or in another lockdown. Anyway, it's not going to be any different for me. I still treat this whole year as, you know, emergency lockdown, red alert. I only do grocery shopping. And the odd necessary appointment. But other than that, it's been a year. Well, wait a minute. Last summer, when things opened up last summer, I think I went, oh, maybe I didn't, did I? I think I went to the Bay department store. Or no, I wanted to go to the Bay department store. I thought, I'm not going to risk it. I remember wanting to go, and I don't know, being of a cautious nature, I thought, no, there's nothing that I have to have that I can't get online. How I like doing this. Not sure how many days it's going to take me. I think it depends on, I guess, the weather, and if it's raining, I'm not going to go out. So I can't risk getting my camera wet. Prospect Cemetery. Besides, I really don't like going out in the rain for long walks. I used to walk to work. It was an hour-and-a-half walk, and you know, I was dressed. I had rain boots and a raincoat and an umbrella, of course, and waterproof backpack. But when you're walking in the rain for an hour-and-a-half, you get wet. You just do. My knees were wet, and you know, even though I'm wearing pants, I'm wearing high boots and a longer coat, my knees still got wet, particularly when it was blowing rain. Super windy, and the rain doesn't come just from one direction, because when the wind shifts, then you get rained on from another side. I know this may sound odd to some, but to be living beside a cemetery to me would be very soothing. Like these houses here. I wouldn't mind that one bit. Just like I wouldn't mind living near the subway tracks. I find the subway sound soothing as well. I know that's not for everybody. Like a well-maintained apartment building. Looks like it's fairly newly painted, and the windows look new. The building itself is old, but I think really well cared for from the outside, at least. If I didn't already mention it, Eglinton is a major city thoroughfare east-west. Right through the middle of the city, I guess some would say. So there's a lot of older neighborhoods here. Older buildings. One of these apartments be easy access to the TTC. But these structures are from the 1920s. Sort of like Davisville neighborhood. some grooving music here. Annandale Road just up ahead. Another no frills. This is the third no frills that we have passed. I parked at a no frills, then there was one sort of midway, now there's this one. Here it is. Oh, they haven't even begun to build the structure. Here we're at Fairbank Avenue and Eglinton Avenue West. So this would be the 4th subway, and we're just going to go up ahead. And I have a feeling there is the south side of the train just up ahead here, or where the train station would be. So this is the 4th one. Just walk a few more steps and see. This construction up here, I'm sure it has to do with the Fairbank subway. Yummy, yummy. Oh, those blueberries, but they're not organic. So try and follow the sort of the organic path of the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. And the Dirty Dozen would be fruits and vegetables that whereby you eat the outer shell, like for example blueberries. And the Clean 15 would be where the content, the produce or fruit, is encased within a hard shell, for example a coconut. So the Clean 15 would be products like coconuts and why can't I think? Oranges. Yeah, oranges, because you inside you get rid. You don't eat the skin. So I try and shop that way. So yeah, this is going to be part of that Fairbank subway. I guess what they're doing here is just underground work, I suspect. Well, this is as good a place as any, folks, to conclude today's video. So this is the end of part 1 of Walking the Line. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video, where we'll pick up at the 5th subway station. Have a great day, and please consider subscribing to my channel. Be safe out there. Bye for now. Boomer Girl Walking signing off.